everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Leanna and today we are talking about what sold in February. I do have a few listings I'm going to share with you to just show you some of the different things that sold. I'm going to talk about how those items sold well. Were they buy it now, offers to likers? I'm going to give you that data for that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about my listing quotas and did I reach them, what I ended up listing and relisting and how that affected my sales. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. First off though, I do want to touch very quickly on the bullying and drama that has been happening. And I don't even know what platform it was, whether it was Whatnot or Poshmark or I don't know because I'm not in that loop. When people start talking about this stuff, I tend to unfollow them because you know what? I don't have time for that. But I did want to touch base because you know what? We're adults. Why are we not acting like adults? I don't understand it. I will never understand it. You know what? There are people out there in the world or in our community that I don't really like. You know, they're like, eh. But you know what? I'm not going to attack them. It's okay to not like everybody. And you know what? Not everybody likes me or not everyone's going to like you. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't attack. There's no sense in attacking anybody or calling anybody names. We're adults. Start acting like it. That's all I'm saying about it. Okay, to the better stuff. Sales. How were sales last month for me? So, eBay was fantastic. It is always fantastic. It is our #1 platform. I don't talk a lot about my sales on eBay yet because what I'm listing on eBay is not selling. When I start to sell that stuff, then I will share that with you. Paul does our eBay store. He is all over it like a mud on a white cat kind of thing. I don't know. But eBay, he had a couple of little days where he was like, okay, what's going on? It's like dead. But it ended up being #1 as usual. I think we might have had a couple of sales on Etsy. It's not a platform we actually focus on though. But for me, in Poshmark Canada was way up. I was really happy with that performance. Posh US though went back down to normal. In January I had a record-breaking month for me on Posh US and February just went way back down to what it would normally be. I don't know what happened. If I could get both platforms performing way up here, I would love it. So I'm working on doing that. The average sale price, they were both about the same, almost $30 on Posh Canada, which is okay. I would like it a little bit higher, but I am okay with $30. And on Posh US, it was almost $25, which almost makes them the same. So not bad. I do want to improve that, and to do that, I'm going to have to, really source better items that will sell for higher amounts. That's okay. But it's not always just about the sale price because we know we have cost of goods, and if you can keep them low, if I'm going to sell something for $50, that's a great sale price. But if I paid $40 for that item, I'm not making profit. But if I paid $10 for that item, I'm making more profit. So cost of goods means a lot more in my books than sale price. But doing your average sale price gives you a good idea that you're on the right track. That's why I do mine. What categories sold the best? Not even categories. Brands. I don't have a brand that just, I always have to get this brand because it sells like 100 items a month. Nothing is like that in my closets at all. I have a lot of one-of sales. But last month, the brand that sold the most was Vintage. And I put the Vintage brand on vintage items that, the brand doesn't really mean anything. I will put that Vintage brand on it. So that was my #1 performing brand was Vintage, which is really cool in my books. How did those sales come about? So we're talking about offers and buy it nows and things like that. And Poshmark has that tool in your Closet Insights, the little pie, and it tells you. So okay, I just folded it on the thing. Posh Canada, my sales, about 13.5% came from Buy It Nows. Posh US, it was about 12.75% came from Buy It Nows. So for me, I know that in my closets, Buy It Nows are not what I'm focusing on. My offers And that includes bundle offers, offers from buyers, and offers to likers. I'm looking at 87% of my sales are coming from that. So this tells me being proactive and sending out offers is key for me to get sales. I did do that experiment last week where I turned off my Posh Sidekick offers to likers, and I bundled everybody's likes. I put everybody's likes into a bundle and sent an offer that way. I think it was last Friday's video I talked about it. It was a terrible thing to do. It did not work whatsoever for me. So I very quickly turned back on my offers to likers. I set it, I forget it. Posh Sidekick sends it out. And if 87% of my actual sales are coming from that, that is money well spent. So being proactive with your offers is key, especially on Poshmark. Poshmark is an offer, counter offer type of platform, absolutely, for sure. With my listing, how did my listing quotas go? So Posh Canada, my total published was 156. But out of that, 78 of them were from relists. So 78 of my relists became new listings, which means that my actual brand new listings that I just physically photographed and for the first time put up were only 78 last month for Posh Canada, which is below my quota. I want to do 100 on each platform, so I was slow last month in February. And you know what, even though it's a short month, it wouldn't have mattered really. I wouldn't have beat the 100, but I did really well in Posh Canada, so I don't know. I ended up, between listing and relisting, I did 202 listings, so I did 124 relists last month. Again, a little bit lower than my quota, but it worked really well, I think. I was happy with that. I was, going with it. My goal for the months are 100 listed new items with 160 relists. I love relisting my items. We're going to talk about that in a second. On Posh US, I ended up with 186 new published listings, and 68 of those were from relists. Why is that number so high? Because I was doing my inventory, and I finished it up, which was great. I was going from Posh Canada to Posh US, and a lot of my listings from Posh Canada had not been cross-listed. So I ended up cross-listing, I don't even know, 30, 40 other listings over to Posh US. That's why that number is a lot higher than Posh Canada. So now they're pretty even, give or take. I relisted 103 from Posh US, which, again, not where I want it to be. But that's okay. This month, I'm going to be focusing on the relisting. And, of course, getting through my death pile, which is not huge. I have a big laundry bag full of stuff I'm going to be listing, and I am not going sourcing nearly as much. I did end up going yesterday. This is a bit of an aside, but I went yesterday. I was going out to do something, I forget what it was, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to pop into Goodwill. That's all, because I was feeling kind of and I just wanted to maybe go pick myself something up. Because I thrift for myself all the time. And I ended up buying a few things to resell and I was really happy with. So besides that, I didn't go to the bins this week. I might go next week. We'll see. But I'm keeping my thrifting and my sourcing down to a minimum because I know I have a death pile that I want to get through first. Anyway, with relisting, I tend to relist my items. I'm going to say I go through my entire closets once every 6, 7, 8 weeks type of thing. Once every 2 months, everything has been relisted. I really believe this is something that I've started to do that I absolutely believe in. I don't care if the listings are new or not. It's not something that affects me because I don't participate in closet clear out nearly as much as I used to. So the price reductions do not follow my listings because I don't use them. I do once in a while, but not very often. So I do relist. I have my offers to likers set at a certain percentage. When you like an item, you get an offer almost right away, within an hour or so. And I think it's at 27% right now. If you do not buy it, that's fine. After about 10 likers or, a week kind of thing, I will send out another offer to those likers at maybe 35%. I mean, it depends on the price and it depends on the item, but about 35%. If you have not bought it then, if you've not countered, if you have not expressed an interest, I relist that item. Because those likers are not interested. They're just not interested. And you know what? For some reason, I just feel that, yep, okay, you can get relisted. And I do this whole thing, this whole cycle, and it's working for me. So don't be afraid to relist it. I use the copy feature because Poshmark likes us to do that. So I've been doing that, and I think that's helping a lot. It doesn't take me very long. I do about 10 a day. Done. Okay. What sold? What sold this week? This month. Last month, of course, shoes and bras. Those are my categories that always do really well. I'm actually not going to be showing you any bras. I don't know why I didn't pick one. Maybe because they don't sell for a ton of money. But bras is an area that a lot of people maybe not think about. But if you, like me, need to buy specialty bras, you know how expensive they can be. So buying secondhand or buying online when you can get a good deal is really good. Sports bras are great. I do tend to buy the bras that are those different kind of sizes. I do that on purpose because I know people are out there looking for them, and they'll pay for them because in real life, they pay a lot of money for their undergarments. So, and me and shoes, you know what? I list a lot of shoes, so I sell a lot of shoes. So we're going to talk first PM US. I'm only going to show you two things. One is this vintage blanket skirt. I picked this up at my local Value Village. I had 30% off. It wasn't very expensive. It might have been $6. It sold for $30 US. I was very happy with that. I did that on a day when I specifically went looking for skirts because I didn't have a lot of skirts in my closet, and it was a category that I wanted to explore more. So that sold, and I was very, very happy. The next item that I'm going to show you are these men's 7 for All Mankind. They're called The Straight, I believe. They sold for $45 US. I don't know where we got these because Paul picked them up. And there's a theme there because Paul picked up a few of the things that sold this month, which is really cool. He picked them up. I did list them. They sold for $45. He would not have spent more than $5, $6, $7 type of thing on them. 7 for All Mankind is a great brand. They say that the dojos are the best in that brand, but honestly, I have a pair of dojos. Say that 3 times fast. I have a pair of dojos in my closet that are just sitting there, so I don't know what's going on with that. I might have to take the pictures over again. We'll see. So now we're going to go to Posh Canada. The first pair of shoes are these gorgeous. Oh my God. And I did make the mistake of trying them on, and I almost didn't list them. The brand is L'Artiste. They are like a tapestry carpet bag type of material. Very witchy is a word that I did use in my listing. They sold for $127. Paul picked these up at the bins. Paul picked these up. And it was funny, he picked them up. This is on a trip when I wasn't there. Brought them home, and he knew that I would be like, oh my God, I want them. So he kind of picked them up for me, but because of the heel, I was like, no, I won't wear them, and I got to list them. So I listed them. They sold quite fast for really good money. And I mean, at the bins, you're paying maybe $3 or $4 for those shoes. The next are a pair of Keds and Kate Spade collab sparkle shoes. They sold for $50. I did pick these up at the local Value Village. I think they were $10.99 originally, and I had 30% off. Something like that. So not bad. I'm really happy with them. Sparkle sells, so absolutely do that. We're just going to continue on with shoes. The next are a pair of Sam Edelman boots. Again, Paul picked these up at the bins. Get yourself a partner that picks things up for you to sell. It's amazing. These sold for $51. I was very pleased with that because they were a bins pickup. The last pair of shoes. I'm going to show you are these Marc Jacobs. They are really cute. They were a little ballerina flat. They were, again, picked up at Value Village for, I think they were $14.99, and I had 30% off, something along that line. And they sold for $62. These were really sweet. They were really cute. So sparkle, something different, absolutely sells. The last two things I'm going to talk about are two different categories. The first are these vintage tea towels. I think they were hand embroidered. They were adorable. They were absolutely stained or discolored. I don't think they had ever been used, but they were discolored, which I obviously put into the listing. Little Scotty dogs, and they had the days of the week on them, and I had only 6 days. I could not find the last day. They were a bins pickup. I was really happy I picked them up. They did sell for $20. They probably cost me $2 or $3 in total. And I picked them up because they were just super cute and vintage, and I knew they would sell. The last item I'm going to talk about is a new category for me. It was pets. I picked this dog thunder shirt. So some dogs don't like the thunder. They don't like the noise. It bothers them. This is to help make them feel better. And it sold for $17. It, again, was a bins pickup. So it was very light. I probably paid less than $1.50 for it. It did sell for $17, which I was happy with because it was a new category. And the buyer bought it, was ecstatic. She said, I love it. It's perfect. My dog doesn't like it yet, but that's okay. So I was really pleased with that selling. I thought that was really good. So you know what? Untapped markets, for sure, you'll go out of your comfort zone. It's interesting because when we start to resell, when we talk about the new people, we say, sell what you know. You know, if you are really into Converse shoes, you know about them, sell them, find them, sell them, to get your bearings, to learn how to do it, because you're not learning a new category, right? But once you've been doing the reselling for a while, absolutely branch out, because there is money to be made in lots of different categories. So that is it for today. Be proactive and send out those offers and try something new. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. I'm actually going to be kind of taking the weekend off. I have an experiment going on. The only experiment I'm doing this month, I am doing a silent show every single day for the next 7 days. I'm going to let you know next Friday how that worked out. But it is my birthday weekend. I'm just going to relax. I'm going to do some crafty things, and I'm going to eat cake. That's what I'm going to do. So have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.